Hello. I like to talk about Italy today. When I was growing up, I think probably the influence from Italian culture started with Italian canzone. In the 1960s, for example, there's a lot of Italian canzone was very popular in Japan, and I was smitten there. However, probably much later on, I like the art, and Da Vinci, Michelangelo, and Botticelli, all those great Italian Renaissance Raphael people, and I love those. I started to, at the time also the film, Italian film, like lots of the Fellini's films and De Sica's and all this stuff was very popular, but I didn't have a chance to see those until much later on, and maybe I was 30s, maybe I started to see at the art house movie theater and the film series and so forth, and I had opportunity to see the old late 50s and 60s Italian cinema, and vividly remember I was very shaken by Bartko Sieve by De Sica, and Fellini's lots of beautiful films, and what is that stuff? The other stuff, and I don't remember the names, but I like the Italian films. It's like I don't know what it is, but it's like kind of a very lovable people, I would say, very open and very like a bright. I don't know. It's not a bright. It's a cheerful nature of the Italian culture or whatever. I like that. And you can see this is Venice, and this is somewhere in the Rome, I would say. Also, I like those, and everything Italy, I like that. But I think when I went to about 1986 or so, 87, 86, I went to the Grand Tour of Europe. And that started from cheapest Grand Tour for like a 2 to 3 weeks, a bus tour all over the Europe, starting from London and going to Belgium and going to Germany and Switzerland, Austria, and coming down to the Italy, and then going back to France and going back to London. That's a bus tour that I did, and for that time I was having this small AAA guidebook, and looking at all the art museums that I should see. And of course Italy has lots of art museums, and so I kind of go away from the bus tour group, and then by myself going to the museums and stuff. And in Rome, for example, or Italy, I stopped Florence and Venice and Rome. That was the only three places, stopped. And Rome, I saw a Roman Forum by myself. Walked toward the end of the hours that opened that particular Roman Forum area, and I snuck in there and walked by myself, walked the Palatino hills to the Roman Forum. And not so many people there because the closing time is near. And it was fantastic. It was like a dream-like walk because I was transformed to this, Roman Empire era. And, the Roman Forum was very, very well preserved. The Palatino Hill, for example, all those weed flowering very, very nicely in the ruins of Palatino. And wow, it was fantastic, beautiful, and romantic, and so forth. And so I couldn't forget that particular experience there. And also I went to the Borghese Museum and see all those interesting, well, not interesting, beautiful, beautiful sculpture of the Bellini. I love Bellini's sculpture. Gosh, look at this. Anyway, so let me see. Yeah, this is a kind of a famous one, and this is kind of famous also. When I saw this, I was mesmerized. I was stunned to see such a history to begin with, and such a beauty in that thing. And the Borghese Museum, I don't think many people go there for first visit to Rome, if you have a time crunch and so forth. But thanks to this AAA guidebook, they said, well, you have to see this, and you have to go Borghese. And so I went by myself, and I was mesmerized. Anyway, so after coming back from this entire European bus tour, before that, I went to the Venice, right? Well, Venice, I didn't think of much because it was kind of dirty and dilapidated everywhere. It's like a fresco is coming, down, and it's kind of dirty, and water is not clear, and so wow, I wasn't impressed. But coming back from that tour, only thing I can think of is Italy. Only thing I can think of is Venice. Wow, what is this? What is that feeling of loving Italy? Italian culture. I don't know what it is, but it's I think historical thing for one thing, and the beauty of the art they have, and also I was amazed how Italian people preserved those old art stuff, Renaissance stuff, and I was very, very impressed with the young Italian people, docent, people go to the museum and they explain to you what it is and so forth. They're very young Italian people, and they talk about, with pride and all those stuff, how they are considered to be a masterpiece or whatever. And but it's long before then, okay? When I was growing up, Italian cinema was very popular. I was telling you about. And then my sister, who is like 12 years older than me, when I was like 8 or 9 years old, she's already adult, working with a little bit money. So growing up in a small town in Kyushu, she goes to the movie theater, and she goes to the foreign film, and she goes to the foreign film with English subtitles and read the subtitles, and enjoy the foreign films. So at that time already, I was kind of exposed to the Italian, Americans, and the French and so forth. But of course, that at a young age, and I don't know much to think about it. But when I came to the U.S., I started to see lots of familiar Italian cinema, like a Bicycle Thief, and Fellini that I mentioned, and all this stuff. I kind of had the image how Italian people look like and so forth. There's mangiole, and they eat spaghetti type of thing. But anyway, so when I was in between Venice and Rome, right? Yeah, and there's a long drive there. Italian peninsula is kind of long, and so everybody in the bus kind of sleeping because they're tired. I was looking at the outside, the sceneries and everything, and mesmerized because just like the movie. Just like the movie. And one night we stayed in this little bit away from the Venice. So one night we stayed there in the hotel. And of course I ventured out a little bit walking around that area. And like a small, like a pebble stones road I went to. And this Italian kids, I think local kids, came out with somebody eating something, and it's kind of dirty clothes or something. Oh gosh, it's like Italian films. Oh gosh. And so I was amazed that exactly I imagine the Italian culture is just like that. And of course, I bought this Italian cinema, okay? And this book tells you a lot of Italian films and so forth, but I love all the Italian films and everything. But I right after I I came back from the trip, I really missed the Italian cities like Venice. I thought when I went there, I thought it's dirty, Venice is dying or whatever. But coming back, and the only thing I can think of is Italy. And so I looked everything Italy, and I found this movie called Il Ladro dei Bambini. The English title is The Stolen Children. And I went to see this film. I think, I don't remember it, I was introduced by a DVD or the theater. I think it's a theater. I think I went to see at some of the foreign cinema house, and I saw this film. And this film is about the guy who escort these children, brother and sister, from one place to the other, and they travel from one place along this road, very noisy roadside and so forth. But it's exactly I experienced when I was in Italy, because I did a bus tour and on the same kind of a road. And I like this film. This film is, got lots of awards, grand prize of the jury in like a Venice Film Festival or something, and very nice. So this director is the Gianni Amerio. I love his film, so like he has this film and so forth. I try to correct the other film, but America, I went to see that. America is about Albania, the country. The Italian guy go to Albania and realize that completely different society, completely chaotic, politically chaotic the environment and situations in Albania, and trying to get out from the country and try to escape, going back to Italy, and had a difficult time. So that's also by the same Gianni Amelio, and I think that's okay. That film is okay, and this film is okay too. But the best is this one here. I recommend this particular film without knowing anything about this film. Kind of a beautifully done, but it's like a strong social comment in there too. Okay, so I felt why that is. I try to collect all those films and art books and so forth, but mostly I think it's Italian history, Italian culture, and Italian people, combinations of it, and it makes Italy is the most popular country for foreigner to visit. I would say so, because so beautiful, and countryside is beautiful along the the coastline, very beautiful, and the way they make a hillside town, and they build the houses on the very edge of the cliff, and there's hundreds of houses and cliff, and they live, and they keep those housing without changing the modernizing the all this stuff as it was in the Renaissance time. Florence, for example, it's beautiful, and so forth. So I didn't go to Milan. Milan is like a modern city, I would say. But even Milan, I think they keep old stuff there too. But anyway, so I try to enjoy the all the stuff, and then the movie is one thing, but I really want to go here. Northern Italy, the coronavirus hit very hard this area this year, and but this place looks beautiful, Gosh, and the YouTube has lots of video about Italian lakes. Very nice. I like to go there. Someday I like to visit there. All right.